I want to express our great pride and satisfaction in having the Vice President and Mrs. Johnson back with us. And I also want to join our fellow countrymen in commending the people who went with them. Mr. Surfridge, who's head of the Retail Clerks and who had a chance to communicate with some of the labor people in the countries which they visited by the Vice President. Also Dr. Cain of the Mayo Clinic, who was a valuable participant in this voyage, and also my sister Jean and her husband Steve. We're most grateful to the ambassadors of the countries which the Vice President and his wife visited for coming today to join in this reception. I received today a communication from one of our ambassadors addressed to me, in which the first sentence was, this is from an American ambassador in one of the countries which the Vice President visited, which I think reflects the reports we receive from every country visited by the Vice President. I believe the Vice President's timely and gallant enterprise of purpose accomplished the missions originally conceived in Washington. I want to express, and I know he will, our great appreciation to the countries and to the people of the countries, their leaders, for the courtesy with which they received the Vice President, Mrs. Johnson, and the members of their family. From all the information we received, there was not a single discordant note in their generous hand of welcome which they extended to this group of distinguished Americans. And therefore, I want to take this opportunity to express our thanks to the ambassadors here and through them to their countries for their very kind action to a group of Americans in whom we have great confidence. I think the Vice President's journey represented a great public service. There are members from both parties here today to greet him. There were members of both parties in his group going around the world. This was an American effort to indicate our great concern for the cause of freedom in insignificant and important countries around the world. So, Vice President, we're glad to have you back. We don't quite understand why all of you should look so well, while those of us who are here resting look so pale, but nevertheless, we're glad to have you back, and we appreciate very much what you did.
This is one of the most challenging trips that I have ever taken. When we left, we said that it would be a trip of hope and a mission of purpose. And we return considerably strengthened and with much greater hope.
Tell them whether you had a good trip or not. Come on,
Well, after 28,000 miles in 13 days, my chief impression is that I've seen a world of people on the move. We did more people seeing, I did more people seeing than sightseeing. It was the most marvelous 2 weeks I've ever spent, and I'm so grateful that I had the little opportunity to serve as one additional link between the United States and all of those countries to which we went. Thank you.